Hello, I am Tilakvati Sivalingam from Section 37 English Development and Engagement class. Now I am going to share my experience completing the English group project that is a talk show. The title called Social Media, Is It a Good Thing or a Bad Thing among the children. So in this project, I learned many information about social media. We educated and informed the audience in our talk show about pros and cons of social media among the children. Moreover, I learned that social media exposure to children can provide benefits in the future as we live in a sophisticated and technological age. Older kids who have creative skills like photography, arts, cooking and more can use social media applications such as YouTube, Instagram and Facebook to gain their abilities. Social media also performing as a great source of technology to encourage themselves to improve and improvise their skills in speaking and presenting by creating some interesting interviews or slide presentations in children-related topics that will blow the mind, and it also helps to boost their confidence when interact with each other. However, the same social media have a negative impact on children when doing their school homework. This is because they will check the updates on their social media constantly when studying, or they can see inappropriate content also. So for that, social media must be used moderately in kids because too much of exposure also leads to negative impacts.
It's a familiar sight in households around the world. Children being entertained and placated by technology. But this is also familiar. Monumental meltdowns when the devices are taken away. They're reactions that are in fact symptoms of one of the major medical challenges of our time. What's being called internet addiction disorder.
I really want an iPad.
And it has mental health experts worried about children and their parents' actions.
They give their children a device at maybe 3 or 4, and all of a sudden that's all they want. And they don't want to play with other toys. They don't want to have any interest in other activities. They just want to be in front of their screens.
Chinese researchers compared brain scans of average adolescent internet users to internet-addicted adolescents. In red, you can see the affected areas of the addict's brain, areas responsible for decision-making, emotions, and self-control. Screen addiction distorts the same brain function as alcohol, drugs, and gambling. And it's exactly what was happening inside Tam Neal's brain.
How have we got to this stage that there is an addiction to the internet?
What really happened, I think, to jettison this issue of technology/internet addiction is mobile. And in 2010, the first iPad was introduced, and now everybody has a smartphone. Everybody has some kind of tablet device. And so it really brought home this issue of internet addiction.
So it is an addiction that you can compare to alcohol addiction or gambling?
Yes, I think the diagnosis is fairly similar because addiction is addiction.
Teenagers are using social media in a plethora of really positive ways. There are groups, there are clubs out there to address anything that a teen has interest with. I think it's incredibly important that we're using social media appropriately. We're seeing teens architect their Instagram photos using filters to create images that are not aligned with who they really are, but they're generating likes. It's a social currency and it's addictive.
In my case, I I learned to communicate bravely in English because I am a shy type person to speak in front of others. So by this project, I gained a better communication skills. Moreover, I learned how to work in a group as it is easier to accomplish challenges when you are in group, like as my group 3 members have a good relationship between each other to prepare an effective talk show. I also learned how to prepare a talk show because there are many parts we should learn and include in talk show from top to bottom. Apart from that, I connected to resources outside to myself. Growth is encouraged when we are connected to resources outside ourselves. We need external infusion of motivation, ideas, and feedback in order to grow. If you are not exposed to new ideas or encouragement, then we stay stagnant. Engaging with each other stimulates ambition and links us into networks of knowledge that enlarge our world. Finding something I want to learn and dedicating time for it is an investment in the one thing on which I can actually control the return. Group work is difficult at the best of times. With classes now being conducted online, it poses an additional challenge is distance. To conduct a group project, all the members should be at the same place to make it easier to lead the project. But whenever we are online, all the members won't be available at a time because of their personal and technical issues. We also had these challenges, but the key to long distance group work is consistent of communication. So we plan and communicate in WhatsApp and fix a date to meet up in Google Meet. However, some of them can't join, so we make it as much as can possible to meet, or we update the points and plans in group for the members who can't join. So I'm an active person, but I'm a bit shy and silent type. When we had discussed about the roles of members in group, my group members had decided to make me as a chairperson. This was very shock and challenging for me, but because of this, I learned to be a strong girl and gain confidence that lead to the whole group in a good way. So this is the major change taken, and I'm pretty sure that it was the right choice. So that's all from me, and thank you.
Audio Jungle.